Hey guys, welcome to my channel Data Analytics with Divya. As I said you previously, I'm going to start uploading videos on SQL. In this video, I will explain about what is SQL, what is database and applications of SQL. So, what is SQL first of all? To make you understand easily, let me explain you by taking one simple example. Suppose there is a company and in that company there are many departments like finance department, sales department and HR department. And in every department there will be some employees working in it, right? Now let's assume in every department they will maintain one register, and in that register all the details of employees like employee name, their age, designation, salary and the work or the targets reached will be stored. Okay, so one day the director of the company wanted to check their employees' progress and he called his peon and said to bring the register from sales department. Then his peon went to sales department and brought that register and gave it to the director, in which all the employees' details are present. So now if we want to store the same details in computer, instead of registers we will store it in databases. And when director is asking for peon to bring that register, he might have used any language, right? It may be English, Hindi or Telugu, but he might used some language to convey his message to the peon. In the same way, if we store data in databases and if we want to get any data, we will use SQL, that is structured query language, to convey our message or to make database understand what we want. So here company will be the database where we will store all the data, and employee details will be the table name where we store all the data like employee name, employee ID, etc. And when we want to display any details from the tables, we will use SQL, that is structured query language. I hope now you got idea about what is SQL and what is database with this example. Now let's see technical definition of SQL and database. Database is simply called as collection of data, that is where we store all the data. And what is SQL? Structured query language is a programming language used to interact with the databases. By using SQL, we will store the data, we will retrieve the data and we can manipulate the data. Manipulating in the sense changing the data. That means if we want to make any changes in the data, if we want to display the data and if we want to store the data, we will use SQL. And SQL is a relational database, that is in SQL all the data is stored in the form of tables and all the tables are related to each other. If there is any relation between the tables, then it is called as a relational database. So it is simply called as RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System. Now let's see applications of SQL. The basic application of SQL is if you want to create any website, like if you are about to create any website, you need to store any data in it, right? Like if you are creating any e-commerce website, you need to store what products you are selling, product price, supplier details, etc. All this data will be stored in database and we use SQL to communicate with these databases. Second uses, SQL will use for many software engineer roles. Of course, not for all the profiles, but for many profiles like SQL developers, PL SQL developers, SQL Server Manager, Big Data Engineers, etc. If you want to apply for any of these roles, you need to know SQL. And the third usage is if you want to apply as a database administrator in any company, you must know SQL. Database administrator is one who will manage all the databases in the company. And finally, the most trending usage of SQL nowadays is for data science and data analyst role. For any data analyst or data visualization developer, it may be BI developer, data scientist, like for any role in the data science, learning SQL is must. Simply I can say SQL is the backbone for data analysis or data science. So these are the main applications of SQL. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys understand about what is SQL and its uses. For more such videos on SQL and data analysis, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.